Right now, millions of people around the world are paying more for cars without fully understanding why. A BMW that cost one price a few years ago suddenly costs much more. Mercedes-Benz prices keep rising. Even ordinary vehicles from different brands are becoming more expensive every year. Most people blame inflation. Others blame car companies. But the real story goes much deeper than that. Today we will talk about how war is increasing prices of BMW, Mercedes-Benz and other cars. So, before we start, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. 10. War disrupts global supply chains. Modern cars are not built in one place anymore. A single vehicle is made from parts that come from many different countries, such as Germany, China, Japan, South Korea, and the United States. Engines, batteries, semiconductors, sensors, wiring systems, and electronic components are all sourced from global suppliers and then assembled together in factories. When war or geopolitical conflict disrupts trade routes, manufacturing regions, or transportation systems, this entire network becomes unstable. Shipping becomes slower, more expensive, and sometimes even restricted in certain areas. Even small delays in one part of the supply chain can create major production problems because modern car factories depend on precise timing and constant delivery of components. 9. Energy prices increase. Manufacturing costs. War often creates instability in global energy markets. Oil prices rise, gas prices increase, and electricity costs become more expensive for industries. Car factories use enormous amounts of energy during production. Steel processing, painting, battery production, robotics, and transportation all depend heavily on fuel and electricity. Luxury brands like BMW and Mercedes-Benz operate highly advanced factories that consume huge amounts of energy. So when global conflicts push energy prices higher, manufacturing costs rise as well, and those costs eventually get passed to buyers. 8. Shipping costs become more expensive. One of the biggest hidden effects of war is the rise in global shipping costs. Most people never think about shipping when buying a car, but modern vehicles depend heavily on international transportation systems. Parts and materials constantly move between countries through cargo ships, trucks, rail networks, and trade routes before a single car is even completed. When global conflict affects major shipping routes, everything becomes slower, riskier, and more expensive. Transportation companies suddenly face higher fuel prices, increased insurance costs, security concerns, delays at ports, and longer rerouted delivery paths. In some cases, ships are forced to avoid dangerous regions completely, which increases travel time and operating costs. And when delivery times slow down, manufacturers lose efficiency, production schedules become unstable, and costs continue rising across the supply chain. 7. Semiconductor shortages still affect the industry. Modern cars rely heavily on computer chips. BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Audi, Tesla, and many other companies use advanced semiconductors for safety systems, displays, cameras, sensors, navigation, and engine management. Wars and geopolitical tensions continue disrupting global semiconductor supply chains in 2026. Some chip factories are located in politically sensitive regions, which creates uncertainty for automakers worldwide. When chip supply becomes unstable, production slows down. And when production slows down while demand stays strong, prices increase. 6. Raw material prices keep rising. Cars require huge amounts of raw materials: steel, aluminum, lithium, nickel, copper, and rare earth elements. Wars often affect mining operations, trade agreements, exports, and industrial production of these materials. That creates shortages and price spikes across global markets. Electric vehicles are especially affected because batteries depend heavily on materials like lithium and nickel. But fuel vehicles are impacted too because steel and aluminum costs influence almost every part of car manufacturing. 5. Luxury cars depend more on global systems. Luxury brands are more vulnerable to global instability because their vehicles are more technologically complex. BMW and Mercedes-Benz cars often use advanced electronics, premium materials, specialized components, and international supplier networks. That means disruptions affect them harder than simpler budget vehicles. A shortage of one advanced component can delay production of an entire luxury model line. And because premium cars already operate at higher production costs, even small increases in global expenses can raise final prices significantly. 4. Currency instability raises prices further. War also affects currencies and international financial markets. When currencies become unstable, importing parts and vehicles becomes more expensive. Companies paying suppliers in foreign currencies often face unpredictable costs, especially during geopolitical tension. For global automakers like BMW and Mercedes-Benz, currency fluctuations can seriously impact pricing strategies across different countries. 3. Insurance and risk costs increase. Global conflict increases risk across transportation, shipping, manufacturing, and trade. Insurance companies charge more to protect cargo shipments, factories, and international operations during unstable periods. Those additional costs quietly spread through the supply chain until they eventually reach consumers. 2. Demand stays high despite rising prices. One reason prices continue rising is because people are still buying cars. Luxury brands especially benefit from strong global demand. Even when BMW and Mercedes-Benz become more expensive, many buyers continue purchasing them, because these brands represent status, prestige, and long-term value. As long as demand remains strong, companies have less pressure to lower prices, even during difficult economic conditions. 1. Modern cars depend on global stability. The biggest reason war increases car prices is simple. Modern cars depend on global stability. Today's auto industry is built on international trade, global manufacturing, fast transportation, stable energy markets, advanced technology, and predictable supply chains. War disrupts all of that. And once instability enters the system, every stage becomes more expensive. Raw materials, energy, shipping, manufacturing, labor, insurance, and technology. That's why car prices in 2026 are no longer affected only by the car companies themselves. They are affected by global politics, international conflict, economic uncertainty, and geopolitical tension happening thousands of miles away. And until global systems become more stable again, BMW, Mercedes-Benz, and many other vehicles will likely continue becoming more expensive. What do you think about our video? Let me know in the comments below. Before you go, leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.